Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I welcome to all who are watching this video on my channel, and today we will discuss English syntax. So before we start our lecture, we should know that what are the main objectives of this session. So the first objective of this session is to define and understand the concept of English syntax. And because most of the time we will be dealing with English syntax, not syntax in general. And the second objective of this session is to know the construction of syntax, how English syntax is constructed, what is the formation of English syntax, and how many types of sentence are there. And the third objective of this session is to know about the types of a sentence, because there are several types of sentence. So we will discuss all types of sentence in this session. And to differentiate prescriptive grammar from descriptive. What are the differences between prescriptive approach and descriptive approach? So let's begin. Syntax. We can define a syntax that it is a large pattern of language. By large pattern of language, we mean that it is larger than a phrase, and a phrase is larger than a word, and a word is larger than a morpheme. So thus, a morpheme is a smallest unit of language, and a syntax is a large pattern of language. So let's discuss some more definition to syntax. We can define syntax. Syntax is the level of grammar. It's one of the level of grammar that specifically refers to the arrangement of words. So what do we do in a syntax? We arrange words in a proper order, and morphemes in the construction of sentence. So when we construct a sentence, what do? We arrange words in a proper way, and this arrangement of words in a sentence is properly called syntax. So syntax is a technical term that is used in linguistics. Another definition to syntax is the syntax is a level of grammar that specifically refers to the arrangement of words and morpheme in the construction of structures such as phrases, clauses, and sentences. Origin of syntax. The word syntax is derived from the Greek element syn, meaning together, and tex, which means arranging. Syntax can also be seen as the way in which the basically subconscious rules and categories that are part of each person's linguistic competence are used to construct sentences. Syntax deals with the interrelationship of the elements that make up sentences and how different rules of arrangements are used to construct statements, questions, command, and other type of utterances. In English, a native speaker will know without having to consciously think about it that to going, minutes, I be few, in well, store, the is not a grammatical sentence. So it means that consciously we do not learn the rules of constructing a sentence. So we know these rules unconsciously. Sorry. However, I'll be going to the store in a few minutes is a grammatical sentence. How do we know it's a grammatical? How a native speaker knows it's a grammatical sentence, and how a native speaker knows it is ungrammatical? Because of subconscious rules. So we have rules in our mind, or we acquire these rules unconsciously, and if somebody speaks a sentence and we call the sentence is grammatical or it is ungrammatical without properly understanding and knowing the rule, right? We don't know, we haven't learned these rules, but subconsciously we learn these rules, and these rules are stored in our mind, and then rules tell us that is the sentence is grammatical or it is ungrammatical. Similarly, that being a Pashto speaker, when somebody speaks or somebody makes a sentence, we can call that a sentence, this Pashto sentence is grammatical or it is ungrammatical. So nobody told that these are the rules of constructing a Pashto sentence. But we know the construction of Pashto sentence unconsciously. Right? So all the native speakers of a particular language know the construction or the rules of the sentence construction unconsciously. So I'll be going to the store in a few minutes is a grammatical sentence and would be recognized as such by the native speaker of English. So words are not put together randomly to create phrases, clauses, and sentences. Thus, it means that if we arrange words, so the words must be properly arranged, or there must be an order for arranging these words. For example, if I say that I teach English, so first I put I, and then I put the verb teach, and then I put the object teach. So the rules tell me that this is the structure for constructing an English sentence. While if I say that I English teach, so the rules tell me that this sentence is ungrammatical. So it means that even in a sentence, because what is syntax? Syntax is the arrangement of words in a sentence. But if we do not properly arrange, or if we do not properly order these words in a sentence, so our sentences would be ungrammatical. And where do we learn these rules from? We acquire these rules unconsciously, or these rules are in our subconscious, because everybody, when he or she is born, so he or she is born with the capacity to speak a language until and unless he or she has some physical disability. Otherwise, he or she must speak. So when you're born, so you're born with a language. Descriptive syntax and prescriptive grammar. What is descriptive syntax? The interest of linguists is to describe what knowledge of syntax people possess about their language. So here, the linguists take interest the knowledge of syntax people possess. They listen to people and then they discover the rules. So they listen to what people actually say and then attempt to discover the rule they use. This is called descriptive approach or descriptive analysis of syntax. So the interest of linguists in descriptive syntax is to listen to people first of all, and then they collect the data, and from the data they discover the rules, and then they analyze a sentence. So such process is called descriptive syntax analysis. While in prescriptive grammar, linguists are prescribing how people should construct the sentences. They do not describe, they do not listen to people, rather than they tell the people that how they should construct sentences. So such approach or such analysis of syntax is called prescriptive analysis of syntax or prescriptive grammar. Now, what a language teacher does in a grammar class by telling you that there is a correct or incorrect way to write or speak, that is called prescriptive syntax. In a class, a grammar teacher tells you in the class that what is a correct sentence and how you should compose or how you should write a correct sentence, or how you should speak a correct sentence. So such approach then is called prescriptive analysis of syntax, or such approach is called prescriptive grammar. I hope it's clear. So in descriptive, the linguists, they do not tell you the rule. First of all, the linguists, they listen to what people actually say, and then attempt to discover the rules people use in their language, because the interest of the linguist is where the interest of the linguist is in the knowledge of the syntax people have. And here the linguists, they do not try to take interest the knowledge of a syntax people have. Rather, they prescribe them the rules. So the same rules are told to us in a classroom by a grammar teacher when he or she tells us that how should we form or how should we construct a sentence and how should we speak a sentence. So there is how, we should, and here there is no how and we should. So here is description, they describe the rule, and here they prescribe the rule. Now, in descriptive syntax or descriptive grammar, it refers to the mostly subconscious rules of a language that speakers use to combine smaller units into sentences. The term also refers to the study of these rules. So here we also study the rules. How we study the rule? Because first of all, as I told in the previous slide, that the linguists, they listen to the people, that how actually they speak the language or what kind of knowledge they have about the language. So descriptive grammar refers to the mostly subconscious rules of a language, because we have learned subconsciously the rules of a language, that how we should combine words together and form a sentence. So the speaker uses to combine smaller unit into sentences. So what are smaller units? Like morpheme. First of all, we construct the words through the use of proper morpheme, and here we know the rule that where should I put like a prefix and where should I put like suffix. So here that the speaker unconsciously, they know the rule and they combine smaller units such as words, phrases into a larger unit, and larger units are called sentences. So the term also refers to the study of these rules. So we study the rules, that how unconsciously the native speaker, they learn the rules and then they apply the rules in a language. And prescriptive syntax or prescriptive grammar, the term now refers to the concept that there is a correct and incorrect way to speak, write, or sign. So they tell us that there is a proper way of writing and a proper way of speaking. And in descriptive grammar, they do not tell us there is a proper way of writing and speaking, because we learn these rules unconsciously. And here they do not focus on the unconscious rules of grammar, but here they focus and they prescribe us. Transformational or generative grammar is a model of syntax that includes a finite set of rules that could hypothetically produce, generate an infinite number of utterances. So we have some like a finite set of rules, and out of those finite set of rules we form infinite number of utterances. For example, we have only 26 alphabet in English, and we have 44 phoneme in English phonology, and out of 44 phonemes we construct and we make infinite utterances, like in thousands, in million, and in billion of utterances are formed and constructed with the help of only 44 phoneme. So this is called that we have 44 phoneme set of rules, we have 44 phonemes, and then we have rules that how can we combine those 44 phoneme to make like meaningful utterances, and how can we make like how can we combine those words to form a sentence. So first of all, we combine phoneme to make words, meaningful words, and then words are together to form larger unit, what we call sentence. So In this lecture, we are going to analyze syntactic structure in terms of traditionally defined unit such as sentences. So our focus will be word that in this lecture we are going to analyze syntactic structure in terms of traditionally defined unit such as sentences. Right? So let's start and let's discuss.